Many thanks for joining us. It is the 30th day of the month of January, the year 2020. It's been a long month, and tonight it is a Thursday that we focus into matters politics and governance. A lot of developments, a lot of things are happening in the political corridors. The BBI topic, the debates, where different camps are pulling from different angles. And we've had the issue of the impeachment case of Governor of Kiambu, that is Ferdinand Waitutu. Talks are on the streets, in villages. People are talking about it because it is a historic moment after the 2010 constitution was promulgated and after the 2013 general election. There's no governor who has ever been impeached. And tonight we are joined with Mr. Cyrus Litswa. Mr. Cyrus Litswa is a public and a policy analyst, and he has done extensive research and analysis on matters politics and governance. Join us on Power Brief Show as we look into this matter of the impeachment of Governor Ferdinand Waitutu, the precedent that it has set, and what is likely to happen in the next few years that have remained before the 2022 general elections. Welcome to the show, Mr. Cyrus Litswa.
Thank you.
You've been on the streets in the morning and also in the social media. What is the atmosphere in matters regarding the impeachment of Governor Ferdinand Waitutu? Was it something that was expected, or it has come as a shock to many, including himself?
Thank you for having me on the show. I want to clarify and confirm that it could only be a shock if Governor Waitutu was not impeached. It is not a shock. People have received it with the full celebrations. They are happy.
Kenyans,
even the Kiambu people are very happy because that is what they expected. That's what they are looking forward to. So everyone is happy. And I want to congratulate the Senate for the best work they done. And they resolved not to handle the matter from a committee, but the whole House. So by that, I commend the Senate. For it has done the work nicely. Because we've seen issues, and I had issues the same Senate when we had the issue of the Roraka land, where it was discovered that the money was exchanged so that we cannot have a clean judgment on it.
Before we proceed there, you remember so far 5 governors have survived impeachment motion in the Senate. The case of Governor Martin Wambora, the case of Granton Samboja, the case of this governor from Muranga, that is Mwangi Wairia, and the rest. Why didn't they undergo such a process to an extent that it's only Waitutu has gone to the full blown of the entire Senate?
I've seen, I remember the late Governor Gashagwa of Nyeri.
Yes.
He was before the Senate for impeachment. Martin Wambora was before the Senate for impeachment. He was impeached by the Senate, reinstated by the courts. Okay? Governor Mwangi Wairia has not been impeached, has never been impeached, even by the county assembly. So they have only appeared, like for the case of Governor Wairia, they appeared before the Senate on Public Accounts Committee to answer budget queries and other questions that the Senate needs to, because every governor has to appear because before the Senate. And the roles of the Senate is to ensure that the counties are well managed, to oversight the counties. That is the role of the Senate. And you see, that's why you'll see many governors appear before the Senate. The request for Governor Granton Samboja was to disband the county. There was an issue he had with the county assembly, the MCS.
Yes.
So there was a conflict of interest, and for him he stood firm and said, I even request the president to call off this county, okay? So that we can either go back to the election or the county be managed
from the national government
by other mechanisms that the national government will put in place.
Exactly. Now, Mr. Litswa, there are talks all over, and majority of the netizens and citizens, the social media and also in the mainstream media and all over, who are saying that it's not only Governor Waititu, other governors, they're saying in fact almost all governors should be facing what Governor Waititu has faced. How true is that statement?
For a governor to be impeached, it's a process that starts somewhere. It is not a Senate that initiates impeachment. It is the county assembly that initiates impeachment. And the county assembly, once it discovers that there's impropriety, or there's mismanagement, or there's misconduct by the governor, then it can initiate impeachment on those grounds. Then after it has initiated impeachment, it sends a communication to the Senate. Then the Senate now convenes through the majority leader, convenes the House. Okay? Like the case of Waititu, after impeachment, it was sent to the Senate.
Sure.
Then the Kipchumba Murkomen requested for senators to come. Remember, the Senate and the August House, they are in recess. Okay? They are coming back in February.
Yes.
But this is January. The House sat yesterday and the other day to discuss and to look into the issue of Waititu. And Waititu was to present himself to the Senate so that he can defend himself. And that's what he did.
What happens in cases where, yes, a governor has abused his office, gross misconduct, corruption charges and what have you, but the members of the county assemblies chooses to side with the governor or just to have a blind eye on the matter? Who comes in to save such a situation?
We have a situation, we have what we call the auditor's office, the National Auditor's Office, the one that was being headed by Ouko.
By Ouko, I remember, and before you proceed further, Dr. Ouko came up with so many queries, which was published in the print media, it was on the mainstream media. Until so far, nothing has happened. Proceed.
Remember, it's not only that time that the auditor's office does that. Every month, every year, budgets are always published. Finance reports are always published. They are always at the Ministry of Finance and also at the Ministry of Planning,
which is ready for public disclosure. Any citizen can go and
they are
access.
accessible.
Yes.
They are accessible. They are available for each and every citizen. Even lately, I saw them at Huduma Center. So you can go and get the information on how your county government is doing. So these reports are there. And as I've always said, and many times, it is citizens who are lazy. They don't want to read. They don't want to understand their benefits that they need to get from the county.
Is it laziness, Mr. Litswa, or a low level of patriotism? Because Kenyans are very intelligent people. You see what discoveries they come up with each and every day. They're very intelligent people. Is it low level of patriotism or laziness?
I can just term it as laziness because everyone is a patriot. So I term it as a laziness because at times I'm concerned with what I need to eat.
Yeah, or what do I get out of?
Or how do I need to sort my bills? And like, I want to look at what the government is doing, what my county government is doing. So you see, these are some of the things that make Kenyans less concerned by the governance system that we have, and they have left the burden to the members of county assembly, to the members of parliament and the Senate, and even the governing institutions themselves. So and that's where now we have that problem.
Now on that matter, our fellow Kenyans want to know that their members of county assemblies have slept on the job. Yes, there is evidence, poor roads in the county. During public participation on budget, they said this amount of money was allocated to construct this. 2 years down the line, nothing has happened. So a Kenyan wants to know, which procedure are they supposed to follow? Okay, they have gone to Huduma Center, they have gone to the Ministry of Finance, and then they have gotten all the figures. What are they supposed to do next? Because some only know that it's only MCAs who can impeach the governor.
We have a case of Governor Sonko, who is not in office right now.
Yes.
But Governor Sonko has not been impeached. Okay? Remember, Waitutu was also having the same problem. He was he was under the radar of EACC and the DCI, who arrested him and barred him from, and then the judge barred him from going to the office because of the misappropriation of public funds. In the case of Governor Leonard Kulal of Samburu, the same fates, but they have not been impeached. Okay? Now, there's a matter where, there's an issue where we can say, when the general public realizes there is mismanagement, you need, first of all, to sit down and ask yourself, where is this mismanagement coming from? One, when you look at the case of Governor Waitutu, the people of Kiambu had all the reasons to impeach the governor.
Evidence came out clear.
Evidence came out clear. The MCAs also felt it.
That
and they had
wrong.
Yes, they had all the reasons to impeach Governor Waitutu. When we come to the roads, when we come to public service delivery, it is now upon me, okay, who needs to sit down and ask myself, what do I need? What are my benefits in this society? Do I have good roads? Do I have clean water? Do I have good health system? Do I have education, okay, for my children, which the government needs to provide? If I don't have this, who am I supposed to ask? If I've asked and there's no action being taken, we are 10, we are 20, we are 30, we are hundreds, what action should we take? In the Constitution, we have a right to picket.
Exactly. Now, Mr. Litswa, you've mentioned the case of Samburu Governor, that's Leonard Kulal. You've mentioned the issue of Nairobi Governor. The EACC and also the DCI having come out with evidence saying that we suspect this amount of money or the abuse of office has occurred. But the MCAs from both these two counties have not reacted towards it. The EACC and the DCI have come in now to intervene. In such a case where the EACC and the DCI have not come in, a Kenyan wants to know, can they initiate a process to ensure that this governor is thrown out of office?
Thank you. You see now, the matter of DCI and EACC, these are matters that now go to the court. Which now the court barred Governor Leonard Kulal and Governor Sonko. Even Waitutu was barred from accessing the office because of the case in court. These are the requirements within the law.
Being barred from accessing the office, which means they cannot even transact any duty.
And even you saw when not even on an emergency, you saw when Governor Leonard Kulal tried to reshuffle his office, what the DPP said. You saw when Governor Sonko tried to bring in a new deputy governor. You saw what the DPP said. So they are not allowed to transact any business.
So
the county
Kenyan citizens, do they have a room to take a role in their hands? Suppose the members of county assemblies have given a blind eye to their crimes.
And that's why I'm saying they have to, because the Constitution is very clear. There's the power to recall. You can recall your leader who is not even working. When you realize your leader is not up to task, you have the power to recall, which is very well enshrined in the Constitution. So it is upon us to understand the document that we have. It is upon us to understand the action that we need to take.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Cyrus. We go for a short break, but as we come back, we will be digging deeper into this matter, what it means to the war against corruption, the leadership in the county governments across the country, and what this poses to the two governors who have been barred from accessing their offices. You can also engage us on our social media platforms, Facebook, KAK TV Kenya. Our Twitter handle is KAKTV_Kenya, and also our Instagram channel, that is KAK TV Kenya. Stream live on KAK TV Kenya.